Welcome back to At Home with Chic and Grace. This is a little bit different introduction, and I apologize in advance if I'm a little shaky. But today we are going to be making that pediment, and the corbels you see down below there too. I'm going to take you in closer to see them as well. I lost the beginning part of the footage, so that is why we are doing it this way. We rebuilt this pantry from a Hooser cabinet, and I wanted to add some architectural detail so that it kind of looks like it's been here the whole time. So I made those pediments, or that pediment, and those corbels. I'm going to show you how on the pediment, how I got that finish. And the corbels will be available on my website as DIY kits. Let me take you around to this side here so you can see too. The pediment I don't have on there. Would be like a costlier kit, and there is more. It'd be harder to ship, but not impossible. So if it's something you want, you can private message me and I can get you a price. And if there's lots of interest, I will get them put on the website. But anyhow, I just wanted you to see the cabinet this way, and let's get on with it.
These corbels that you see here were the first ones that I made. The color's a little bit different and they're just decorative, or you can use them for bookends. So now what I've done is I have put together this pediment, I have glued it and pin nailed it together, and I have stained it with dark oak Saman stain. It's a water-based stain. I've ran over it all with wax, and that will just help the milk paint to resist it a little bit, and I've just used a candle wax. I have mixed myself up Gustavian white milk paint. Actually, sorry, Sturbridge white milk paint. I used the Gustavian on the one I just showed you there. And I've just set it aside for it to thicken it up a little bit. So what I've done with this too is I've had to wood fill it a little bit, because in order for it to be cut on my laser, it can't be as long as it is. So you're just seeing where I've wood filled it. I didn't worry about sanding it all back because that was just going to add to all the textures and layers to make this piece look like it has been around and part of that cabinet for years. So you can see a little bit of the different texture and crackling I got, and we're going to get a little bit different on this pediment and the corbels that I actually made for my little pantry slash baking nook area. Okay, so now that my milk paint is thickened up, we are going to get ready to apply. It's a little bit lumpy. That is okay. That is just going to add to our texture. And when we go to sand some of those lumps off later, it will help also reveal the color underneath. So we are going to get started and get this painted. I just wanted to mention that you do want your milk paint a little thicker to get better cracking. And what I will do is, once this is fully painted, I'm then going to hit it with a heat gun to help dry it and help those cracks come along a little bit better. Once I'm done with that, I will then put some more candle wax on there where I think that I want it, and I'm going to hit it again with another layer and just repeat the process. So I just wanted to mention here that you can see a little bit of that charring that is coming through the paint. I'm okay with that because I think that it adds to the aged look that I'm going for. But if you didn't want that, I would spray this first with like a shellac to help that bleed through, not come through. It's just the charring from the laser, so it's perfectly normal. But that is just one way to avoid that happening. Here I just wanted to show you, you can see some of the cracking happening. I hope that the camera picks it up, but I will show you some more um, photos of it at the end when it is all finished. So I'm going to take a little scraper tool now and I'm going to start scraping away to try to reveal the color underneath. Okay, I have 3 coats on and I like my coverage. And you can really start to see some of this cracking and the texture is fabulous. All I'm going to do next is I'm going to go over it with my scraper tool and sandpaper. I'm just going to back and forth until I reveal as much of the underneath as I like and scrape off and as much of the milk paint as I want. All right, so I'm all done with the sanding and the scraping, and I like the finished result, except for that piece in the middle. And you will see that I actually go in and fix that later with a little extra milk paint, and then I heat it again and it crackles nicely. I have gone ahead and painted the back, probably with 2 coats, I believe I did. I didn't have full coverage, but that was okay. I just feel like it finished the back nicely. So we're going to go ahead next and you're going to see me um, clear wax this everywhere. I like to do that first so that I have more control over um, how my dark wax goes on. I also like to use my clear wax as an eraser as well. So now that I like the coverage of my antiquing wax, what I like to do is I like to go in with my white wax and kind of highlight it a little bit. It doesn't go down into the grooves, but it hits the top um, textured pieces, and it does still take off a little bit of the dark wax. So I will just go in and add that, and I like to just back and forth until I get the desired look that I like. So I am all done. I've got the finished look that I want and I really like it. I like that it gives it that nice aged look like it's been around for a few years. And you can see I fixed that hole on the front. So as usual, I will show you some photos at the end here, how it's all styled up. And let me know if you are wanting a pediment as well. You can just message me and I can give you a cost. And if there's enough people that are wanting the pediment, I can put it on my website. But the corbels are listed and you will be able to get them in the two different sizes. So thanks again for watching. See you next time. Bye.